to repair something in Crescent Town. Since you're here already, do you want to go to the training grounds with me? It's been a while since you've seen some action. I'm sure it's nothing too serious or urgent. Besides, today is the day when Gigantrite passes by Wisperian. Wisperian will be full of energy today, so let's take it easy. Why don't you take this chance to try out a different weapon? You can't keep using that broken sword forever. Then we can go to Moonshade Town. What do you say?
Now, let's go.
Stairs are broken. Be careful, my friend. Seems like Clay is here too, given a special occasion.
Today's the day where the massive divine beast called Gigantrite comes by.
What are you doing? Let's go inside!
Oh, I'm surprised to see anyone here today. Want to try out some weapons? At the training grounds, you can try out different weapons.
Says acquired
See
roving
which
Lutran
one you
Morb.
like best.
Let me teach you. Well, I'm sure you already know you can equip up to 2 weapons. Try out different weapons and find a weapon that you like.
We... We've prepared all.
to Moonshade Town. To Moonshade Town. Can you open the gate?
Sure, Lottie. You'll have a good view of Wisperian on the way too. I'm getting bored of guarding the gate.
We spent too much time. Should we hurry?
Says you have entered a peace zone.
The town buzzes with excitement and energy. During such an event, you and Lottie left Wisperian's fortress to visit Moonshade Town.
Watch out!
What's going on here? Let's go and check it out. I'll go over first. Follow me with your piton and grappling hook. Huh?
Says unable to morph. Not enough space available. Says you have acquired the Bad Omen completion reward,
Although the path
S.
was now blocked, you and Lottie made use of the piton and your grappling hooks to continue onward.
It looks like the cart was destroyed by artillery.
Who could be attacking?
Says you can use dash morph soon.
Oh no. I see a lot of black mid-trans.
Says you can use dash morph soon.
They get to Moonshade Town. Watch their movements
Says
carefully.
currently unable to morph into a morph form.
Who could have done something so horrible? We'll use the pulley. We'll reach the town in no time.
Says currently unable to morph into a morph
To reach
form.
Moonshade Town. We're almost there. We're almost
Says
there.
you can use dash morph soon.
This can't be happening. The pulley lift just broke. We can't get to Wisperian with this. This lift would let us cross Wisperian to get to Moonshade Town. It's the only way to get there without a boat. This is bad. Bermetz is here. Maybe he has an idea. I will try to find a way. You go ahead and take care of the injured.
Bermetz,
Oh,
can you
but
fix
it's a
this?
Lottie. Well, between the two of us, we'll have it fixed in no time. Shall we get started?
Thank you. Wisperian was hit too. Can you check it out?
Says you have entered a safe zone.
Appeared on your way to Wisperian. While Wisperian was still intact, a broken pulley lift prevented you from reaching Moonshade Town. Suddenly, a mysterious being bathed in light appeared and led you to the top of the great tree.
Says acquired bald eagle morph. Says you can battle other players in this zone. Penalties will be applied upon death, and collisions occur between players while in this area.
It's too risky to move our troops now.
Says you can use dash morph soon.
Damn it! With the pulley destroyed, reinforcements can't reach us!
Is there some way? Oh, someone's coming. How did you get here? I thought the pulley lift was broken. I don't really understand what you're saying. What have you got here? Oh, I see. You escaped with me. Thank you, Captain Carl. Please be careful.
App says you have acquired Whispering Amy Toy completion reward, S.
They even recruited old warriors!
I've opened up a path for you. Now go!
Take Wisperian star fragment and capture all who bear the power of the star. With this, Kazar will have to recognize Zaron.
I've got this!
You put your star fragment right to us! Now die! We can take your star fragment! Wrong to think they can defeat it like this! You're all drunk anyway.
Star fragment too! I'll clear the way here as well. Please stand aside. Spear of Fury!
Says you can use dash morph soon.
Watch out! King is a powerful bow, created with dark magic.
Says you can use dash morph soon. Says currently unable to morph into a morph form. Says currently unable to morph into a morph form. Says currently unable to morph into a morph form.
His eye is his weakness! This is the power of a rampaging star fragment.
I'm sorry, child.
Children, this way!
Hey, wake up! That's strange. I wasn't told about any serious injuries. Hey, are you awake? Do you recognize me? Oh, nice. You wait here. I'll call the healer now.
Says you cannot attack other players in this zone.
Now challenges
No
the might
penalties will be applied upon death.
Starborn bravery and determination, forged in celestial fire.
Are you in any condition to move? I'm on my way with the healer.
What happened? Do you have any idea how worried I was? I thought something happened to you. Clay is waiting inside, so hurry up and go see him.
If the pulley wasn't broken, I would have kicked way more ass.
I heard someone took down that giant orc alone. That's crazy.
Ah, you're finally awake.
You did good.
Come this way. Thanks to your defeat of King Vert, we were able to fight off the Archeum. The portal in the sky has closed as well. We were about to be killed by King Vert when your star fragment went into a frenzy and overwhelmed the enemy. If you hadn't been able to defeat him, none of us... Speaking of which, I'm sure you feel guilty over what happened to the Elder. You didn't cause his death. You should know that. Please, don't blame yourself. That said, are you alright? Your power, it's clearly too dangerous to leave as is. When a star fragment's power overloads like that, it takes a heavy toll on the bearer's body. It could even kill you. Carrying such a powerful star fragment makes you a target for the Archeum too. A decade ago, Khazar and Calanthea invaded this island precisely to steal that power for themselves. That power is unpredictable when it's in a frenzy. It will hurt innocent bystanders who get too close. I have a friend named Martinet in Castleton, a town in Lasland. She's researching the effects of star fragments. I believe she can help you. Here, take my token. Show this to the storage manager named Melky, and he will help you. When you are ready to leave, touch Luna Zero's head to temporarily enhance your glide ability. That should get you all the way to Castleton. I wish you all the best.
Friend, always together.
Says the notification-enabled Gigantrite schedule has begun. Says you have acquired Hello and a fresh start completion reward, S. Zilba JJJ says S. Vaximust says LFP Sorrow. Sonia Lycanth says Sonia Lycanthus Party. XEZ0 says Cell Slayer's Quicksilver Pendant. Arachnians says Mask looking for active players, Discord mandatory, focused on PvP, GVG, and Siege events. Guild raids, Abyssal contract events, fair loot distribution and contract, says acquired leveling log rewards. Sonia Lycanth says Sonia Lycanthus Party 5FDRYNNN says LFP Sorrow Island.
First time in you can find the eye now. Welcome, brother. You can find the eye. Welcome, brother. This is the safest storage in the world.
Says Store. Vaximust says LFP Sorrodoma.
Welcome, brother. You're here.
Says found forgotten daggers in storage. Says stored forgotten daggers in. Says Kydam Cribs says Kydam Cribs's Party Sorrodoma Cave -4. Says found forgotten daggers in storage. Steam says T2.
Oh, my favorite customer. Did you forget to leave something with me?
Fierce03 says Carmine Rage matching last boss. Says you can use dash morph soon.
Einar's blessing.
Monarch says 1.
Do you need it? Do you need anything? There's nothing we don't have. Do you need anything? Yes. Well, oh. Enjoy your adventure. Come back anytime. Nice to see you again. Did you forget?
That was close. I can't believe the ghastly tales were true.
Do you want to learn a new skill? So, place it. By the way.
Says you have acquired Find Martina completion reward, S.
Turns out, she had gone into hiding, fearing the Archean Legion. When you showed Clay's token to the villagers,
Says
told you where to go, and gave you the full password, the Light Fragment Whispers.
Says 111. CZ2128 Delta says G.
I wasn't expecting any visitors.
I haven't seen you around before, so what brings you here? I see. Clay sent you to me because of my research. The truth is, my sister Adriana also suffers from bouts of mana frenzy. I've been searching for a cure. If you're suffering from the effects of mana frenzy as well, a mana calming potion can alleviate your symptoms.
Senior says Vioso skilled LVL 18 casual English required active FFA loot dungeon parties guild boss raid Saturday 2130 AEST weekly voice chat guild boss polls Discord required join to vote apply now.
Golden Rye pastures, you'll be able to find some rancid powder. Bring me some rancid powder, and I'll make you an improved mana calming potion. You know how to use waypoints, right? If you aren't sure, go ask Priestess Grace. Using them makes it a breeze to return after procuring materials.
Oh dear.
Awani says Velska guild looking for active, a friendly place for casual players and PvE fans.
Symptoms are clearly
We have
getting
raids
worse.
every Saturday
Hurry,
9:30
bring me some
p.m.
ransom
GMT
powder.
+7, with loot given
I'll
out
need
in
some ransom
FFA.
powder in order-
Come adventure with us in the Velskut Guild. ID/N. Says fellow. VC in. LV.
I'll need some ransom. I'll need some ransom.
Says you have acquired the locked
Closed for
infirmary
some time,
completion
due
reward,
to rumors
S.
that the Archeum Legion was hunting Martinet. It was to trick them into thinking that Martinet, who had worked as a healer there, had left. While in hiding, she is still researching a cure for her sister's star fragment side effects.
Waypoints are one of the greatest implementations of Venilux magic. They allow you to instantly traverse from one location to another. Originally, teleportation was a spell that only the most skilled wizards were able to cast, by creating distortions between spaces using the elements of wind.
Eloan says Anger.
It was the wizard Clay who completed this.
Blurrone says and LT, Diraja and GT, currently recruiting for all player. PvE/PvP all welcomed. No CP required. Come and join us.my base.
And at the Golden Rye pastures. Afterwards, talk to the Resistance officer Ashton. He'll explain the rest.
Kussing Liar says Garuda looking for active. Blurone says and LT, Diraja and GT, currently recruiting for all player. PvE/PvP all. Sira Shadow says Dungeon Bug.
Laslan was freed again by the Founder's Order, led by Captain Da Vinci, and the Laslan Allied Resistance forces were founded here.
Says you have entered a peace zone. Viler says killed. Viler Permai says looking for a guild. Join us in past. Blurone says and LT, Diraja and GT, currently recruiting for all player. PvE/PvP all welcomed. No CP required. Come and join us.my base. Tembakdalum says Astasta. Kim Beely says X. YCMR says T23 equals 1. Hawani says Velskut Guild looking for active, a friendly place for says killed Scarab. Says killed scarab. Says fellow. VC in. Says killed wasp.
This was once the most prosperous granary in Laslan, but after the cursed rain came, it became infested with strangely enlarged pests. People tried to solve the problem.
YCMR says T23 equals 1. Rossi says Soul of Arrows T2 PVE 202500 over Discord. Says you have acquired Clay's achievement, waypoint completion reward, S.
Magic. Teleportation was a rare skill that was only used by a few wizards. When the wizard Clay completed the
SSOVO says 1/17M.
anyone to teleport freely.
Says Lineali 811. YCMR says T23 equals 1.
How can I help you? Rancid powder.
Says you have acquired the herbal in the apothecary at the Golden Rye Pastures. Kosing Liar says Garuda looking for active players minimum CP3. Says you can use dash morph soon. Says 111.
Yet to gain the approval of his master. You've heard that the locals pitied the outstanding apprentice, a gifted student who suffered under his eccentric master.
Says killed wasp. Says killed scarab. Riso 1 says is it not gonna rain until 2:15? Says killed violent heart. Quaqua says 11. Quaqua says 111. YCMR says T23 equals 1. Says killed wasp. Mario Time says 11. Quaqua says 1111. Says Ito says precious lithograph. Heroichood of the Resistance WTV 150. Sir Bowie says. Sir Bowie says. Says killed violent harvester. Says you have acquired recipe for rancid powder completion reward, S.
They are the decomposed heart of a harvester, which controls magical power, a wasp stinger, which controls magical toxicity, and a contaminated
Says you have acquired the once peaceful rye fields completion reward,
These
S.
ingredients are highly toxic on their own, but highly effective.
Says Lineali 811. Says you have acquired the once peaceful rye fields completion reward, S. Senor says Vioso skilled LVL 18 casual English required active FFA loot. Krut says end quote, Nightblades end quote, a LVL 19 guild ideal for all adventurers. YCMR says T2. Yoone says 1. Hawani says Velskut Guild looking for active, a friendly place for PDXNNNN says 11.
Welcome to Mendrick Farms.
Says 1.
Then try.
Says Lineali 811.
I was planning in the meantime.
Says you have acquired Cursed Rain completion reward, S. PDXNNNNN says 11.
While you search for treasures hidden in ships wrecked by storms and chests that
Spire
have been
says
drifting,
island.
you will encounter the masters of the coastline.
Ilya says XX.
From a distance, they look like normal crustaceans, but when you get up close, you'll find they pose a greater threat than you anticipated.
What brings you here? Huh? Oliver, herbalists have... Well, here's your ransom.
Says you have acquired the herbalist's explanation completion reward.
You were able
S.
to meet the herbalist Wilson. He always entrusted the apothecary to his apprentice and collected herbs alone. He had to venture to all sorts of dangerous areas to get medicinal herbs. But his pupil was a coward who would flee at the sight of an ant.
Xilziraz says Carmine need healer EXP last boss. Xilziraz says PM. YCMR says T2. Araimu says Steel Heart. Says you have entered a safe zone.
What should I do?
Listenokrai says 1. Listenokrai says 1. Listenokrai says 1. Spire says 111. Cussing liars, Winterdog says Calpo loves men. Spire says 111. Blurrone says and LT, Diraja and GT, currently recruiting for all player. PvE/PvP all welcomed. No CP required. Come and join us. Araimu says Steel Heart.
So soon. How are you feeling? I'm glad you're all right. The rancid powder I'll make the Mana calming potion for you right away. All right, here you are. Why don't you try it and see how it works?
Skylar Ray says Throne Liberty Guild is looking for active LVL 50 players to join our friendly community for events and fun gaming together. Apply now /DM me if you have any questions. Smiley face. Says Mask looking for active players, Discord mandatory, focused on PvP, GVG, and siege events. Guild raids, Abyssal Contra. SSOVO says 1/17M.
The calming potions of thanks only me. Yes, you see, if the potion.
Says you have a Kaio says 1111.
Incredible. Soon after you drank the potion, you could feel your magic begin to settle down. Martinet, who had been
Mario
researching
Time
ways to
says
relieve
11.
her older sister Adriana's pain for so long, finally
Says you
succeeded in
acquired the
creating a
prelude.
potion
Start.
more
Says you have acquired recipe for rancid powder completion reward. S. Says you have entered a safe zone. Says you have entered a peace zone. Says .dfsdf. Juan Laobun says 111. Says Mask looking for active players. Discord man says you have acquired appendix play button. How to use a waypoint completion reward. S.
If you open the map and select an activated waypoint, you can instantly travel to that location.
Says 1. JRCO says game condole. Says Mask looking for active players. Discord mandatory, focused on PvP, GVG, and siege events. Guild raids, abyssal contract events, fair loot distribution and contract farming. Only accepting those that show weapons. PM, or mail me for more information. Says you can use dash morph soon. Thiberia says Queen Bellander's toxic spine throwers WTB 100k. Ujimin fan says LMAO. YTBSALM XEZ0 says Cell Slayer's Quicksilver Pendant. QTTTTTTTTTTTTTTT says. Don Omar says hi everyone. QTTTTTTTTTTTTTTT says 11111. Says you can use dash morph soon. Rossi says Soul of Arrows T2P says Lex Kamesway says A. Says you can use dash morph soon. Says you can use dash morph soon. Says you can use dash morph soon. Mikamoy says low cockmara.
How can I have seen?
Says you have acquired news from Mina completion reward. S.
Spies were closing in on Adriana's hideout, forcing her to flee. Martinet's potion was still not effective enough to control her mana completely, so she set out to find a way to quell her frenzied mana on her own.
Says fellow. VC in. LV. Says LV13. 11 Discord VC.
Unfortunately, we're a bit late. That one must have taken Adriana away.
You have a star fragment just like that.
Listen, Akrai says, well, we won.
I won't be going home empty-handed.
Listen, Akrai says.
You dare interfere with our plans? I'll kill you!
Hand over the star fragment!
take your star fragment, even if I have to pry it from your corpse! You won't until they take
Says LV13. 11 Discord VC.
with time.
Says you have acquired clues left by Adriana completion reward, S.
Seeking the power of a star fragment. Only after defeating them did you discover her research papers and a diary she had left behind. There, she had clearly recorded the difficult times she had been through.
She ended up.
Says you have acquired Janice. Hiro says YY40590. DKJ781 says 1.
Recognizing the strength of the star fragment that Adriana had. Archean forces captured
Rana
Martine,
says
the
father-son
younger of two
teen
twin
looking for
sisters,
active guild.
by keeping her hostage.
CP Chifa says 1. Says Mask looking for active players, Discord mandatory, focused on PvP, GVG, and siege events. Guild raids, abyssal contract events, fair loot distribution and contract farming. Only accepting those that show weapons, PM, or mail me for more information. ILNLI says ASG. Says DPS. Says Xcara says Garuda looking for active players minimum CP. Says 1. Says 1. Says never share your personal Dublin 1 ST says ITIL. DKJ781 says 1. Kussing Liar says Garuda looking for active players minimum CP 3400. Available GVG. XMTTHWKM says LFSA 6. Says 4018. In. Says you have entered a safe zone.
The gods cherish us.
Can anyone help me?
Shankarae says LFPSC. Kawan says LFSA 6th. Kendred says LFM joins Strays. PH Guild looking for active members. A chill semi-competitive friendly guild. Let's tackle all the PvP, says fellow. VC in. LV.
Now that so my calming potion won't be enough to fully control your mana. It's too powerful. But it'll keep
Alya
it
says
from raging out of
XX.
control for the time being. I'll focus on developing a proper, long when we meet again.
Nardix, Epoking says, Hyperverse GL, PvP /PvP /Kook verse to recruit players who are keen on PvP. Welcome every player. Zizla says you have acquired the records of that Y0RT. Zizla says 22103000 plus 51. Mavin says Mavin's party SC burn.
Can anyone help me?
XMTTH. Anjoxy says any slots are okay. X Fruity says AAAA.
I wish I could get one of them. You don't actually. Thank you.
Brother, this way. Come over here for a second.
SUKA Doug 3M says Rudy Campang. Rating Hyla 955 says LFP Saudoroma. Zizla says 22103000 plus 51. Zizla says 22103000 plus 51. Xgara says Garuda looking for active players, minimum CP 3400, available GVG Monday, Tuesday, Friday, Saturday 17.00 WIB. Zizla says 22103000 plus 51. Kussing Liar says Garuda looking for active players, minimum CP 3400, available GVG, Monday, Senin, Tuesday, Salasa, Friday. Nanfan says. SSOVO says 1/17M. Says 11. Says 110. Zizla. Huibin says Huibin's party. Huibin says Huibin's party. Kieran says token burn SA. Kussing Liar says Garuda looking for active players. Zizla says 221030. Zizla says 22103000 plus 51 plus.
You have died because of this evil man.
Elia says Katatamai press 1. Nan. Kydam Cribs says Kydam Cribs's party Sarodoma cave -4. Katatam. Nothing Tosai 7 says Nothing Tosai 7's party. Corn Soup says VC. Zizla says 22102800. Zizla says 22102800 plus 51 plus. Says Xgara says Garuda looking for active player. Says fellow. VC in. LV. Says LV13. 11 Discord VC. Says Re. Zizla says 221. Zizla says 2210. Mavin says. Renzul says AAAAAAAAAA. Kydam Cribs says Kydam Cribs's party Sarodoma cave -4. Tembakdalum says BBBB.